And I think there's a lot of people who read long form content and kind of really understood these things at the foundational level. And then this next wave of retail, it's really tough because we put out a ton of material, but the culture is just different. The casino is front and center. Attention spans are shorter. People are expecting things to be done a lot faster and just easier.
And people consume more video content, I feel like now. People just want to
Short
like
form.
see everything in a short form like TikTok video.
Yeah, video content, but I think it's tough is just the suggestion or the education part. So I'd like to see these agents say, "Hey, I see you're holding these assets, right? Would you like to keep holding these assets and then maybe earn?" And then in the background, we're like, "Hey, would you like to provide liquidity?" And then it can lead them down a nice, gentle rabbit hole of what these terms are. And then the Mamo agent, is maybe providing LP in Deli Swap or natively providing LP and harvesting rewards. But I think it's going to be fun for the I don't know, the scholars, I guess, of DeFi to kind of write these gentle children-like books as instructions into the agents that are actually performing pretty complex interactions. So yeah, it's just excited about accessibility to get leveled up, if you will.
Have you been looking at our Mamo roadmap? Because everything you just said is like what we're thinking about. It's funny because we were just talking about this a few weeks back on the team about, hey, those of us that have been early to DeFi probably have Ethereum and maybe some stable coins across like half a dozen different layer twos and layer ones, right? And you look at your wallet on Debank and you're like, okay, there's some new thing on Base I want to put some money into, maybe it's Deli Swap or whatever. And like I have coins on like 3 different networks. How do I get them there? And so we have this feature we're working on Moonwell we've been working on called Beam, where we can just like, instead of showing you that you have like half an ETH on mainnet, and you have like a quarter of an ETH on Base, and maybe you have like a quarter of an ETH on OP mainnet, what if we just show that you have 1 ETH? Because who cares where it is? Like, we're going to abstract that away and just make it look just like the early internet had lots of different like bulletin boards and things you had to connect to. But like now you don't have to worry about texting your friend if they're on Verizon and you're on AT&T. Like it just works. Like it should just work when you're like, I want to jam a 1 ETH into an app on Base. We should just be like, okay, here's where your ETH is. We'll collect it for you and move it there, sign this transaction, and it all happens magically.